Hello guys, this is Warrior Breed. Today you all are gonna hear about a tale of professionalism and daredevilry which was displayed by few pilots of 5th Squadron of the Indian Air Force, also known as the Tuskers, flying deep inside Pakistan's territory on an operation which was conducted under the darkness of secrecy during the War of 1965 on September 13th. Talking further about the operation, the objective of this operation was to take out Peshawar Air Base, which was located around 1111 किलोमीटर deep inside Pakistan's territory. आप लोग इस ऑपरेशन की इम्पोर्टेंस का अंदाज़ा इसी बात से लगा सकते हैं कि इस ऑपरेशन के बारे में पूरी इंडियन एयरफोर्स में किसी को नहीं पता था आउटसाइड ऑपरेशंस हेडक्वार्टर्स इन दिल्ली. Only people who knew about the operation were Chief of the Air Staff at that time, Marshal of the Indian Air Force Arjun Singh, Air Officer Commanding in Chief, Wing Commander in charge of bomber operations, the leading pilot and navigator. Even the air crews involved in the operation were told about their final targets right before takeoff. दूसरी बात जो इस ऑपरेशन को इतना सुसाइडल और इम्पोर्टेंट बनाती थी वो था इसका ऑब्जेक्टिव, द पेशावर एयरबेस. पेशावर एक इम्पॉर्टेंट ऑब्जेक्टिव इसलिए था क्योंकि पाकिस्तान ने अपने P-57 बॉम्बर्स की ऑलमोस्ट पूरी फ्लीट वहाँ पर शिफ्ट कर दी थी राइट आफ्टर IAF कैरिड आउट रिटेलिएटरी स्ट्राइक्स ऑन पाकिस्तान एयरफोर्स बेस विद इट्स हंटर्स एंड मिस्टियर्स ऑन 7 September 1965. PAF considered Peshawar to be outside the range of Indian strike aircrafts and hence it was a safe haven for its strategic force of US-made B-57 long-range bombers. The task to take out Peshawar was given to 5th Squadron of IAF, also known as the Tuskers. Tuskers उस टाइम पर कैनबेरा बॉम्बर्स ऑपरेट करते थे. IAF ने कैनबेरा बॉम्बर्स ब्रिटिश एयरफोर्स से 1957 में लिए थे. Canberra was an excellent aircraft for such operations. The planning of operation was done under the supervision of top brass in IAF. It was decided that aircraft would commence their operation from an airbase Charlie, which was located at undisclosed coordinates. Takeoff was scheduled past midnight. Canberras would fly at an altitude of 500 feet till border and right after that they would drop to 100 feet. And before bombing run of Peshawar, they would gain altitude to 4,000 feet and thereafter would commence their bombing run. Navigators were distributed their targets right before takeoff. Few were excited while few were nervous, but at the end of the day, this is what every pilot trains for. Every Canberra lined up for takeoff. On dot 0020 hours, Canberra's thunderous roars of engines shattered eerie silence of the night. Pilot released the brake and Canberra was gobbling yards on the runway through the darkness. Within few minutes, every Canberra involved in operation was airborne. As night fell at Peshawar on 13 September 1965, 8 Canberras of 5 Squadron stealthily approached Peshawar. Canberras dropped down to lower than 100 feet as soon as they entered Pakistani territory. कैनबेराज उस टाइम पर ऑलमोस्ट अपनी टॉप स्पीड पर फ्लाई कर रहे थे. इसका मतलब ये था कि इवन अ स्मॉल मूवमेंट ऑन एयरक्राफ्ट्स कंट्रोल स्टिक वुड रिजल्ट इन ईदर इमीडिएट गेन ऑफ एल्टीट्यूड, जिसकी वजह से पाकिस्तानी रेडार्स उनको डिटेक्ट कर लेते, और इन रैपिड लॉस ऑफ एल्टीट्यूड विच वुड एंड अप इन फ्लेम्स ऑन ग्राउंड. It required immense amount of skills to maintain aircraft below 100 feet at that great speed of around 850 km per hour. As Canberras closed into their target, first Canberra pulled up to 4,000 feet, commencing its bombing run. The ACAC batteries opened up, signaling raiders have been detected. ACAC उस टाइम पर एंटी एयरक्राफ्ट गन्स को कहते थे. इंटेल थी कि ACAC गन्स की फायरिंग रेंज 4,000 फीट थी, लेकिन ACAC गन के ट्रेसर शेल्स वर गोइंग अप टू 7,000 feet. The first Canberra dropped its bombs on target, which was direct hit on its target. The pilot of leading Canberra immediately broke radio silence and warned other Canberras about ACAC gun and instructed them to increase altitude from 4 to 8,000 feet. One after the other, Indian Air Force Canberra's bombers bombed living daylights out of Peshawar Air Base. Had luck favored the Tuskers, IAF would have wiped out whole fleet of Pakistani bombers in a single blow if one single bomb of 1,814 kilograms would have not missed its target. Fuel dumps were on fire, ATC building was flattened, aircrafts were damaged. However, in the end, a Lone Star fighter of Pakistani Air Force was able to get airborne and was successful in launching missile on last Canberra. However, luck favored the brave and missile missed its target. The objective, which was out of everyone's book, the target which everyone thought was impossible to hit, IAF not only made it possible but also achieved it with great success. Tusker's raid on Peshawar went down in history as one of the most successful strike missions carried out by Canberra aircrafts. A clear message was sent across that no target was out of reach from Indian Air Force. Navigator Squadron Leader S.N. Bansal and Flight Lieutenant P. Dastidar were awarded Veer Chakras for their acts of exceptional gallantry, and Commanding Officer Wing Commander P.P. Singh was decorated with a Mahavir Chakra, country's second highest gallantry award. Other members of the raid were Squadron Leader J.C. Verma, Flight Lieutenant Deshpande, Wing Commander P.P. Singh, Squadron Leader C.R. Mehta, Squadron Leader V.C. Godwin, Navigator Ahluwalia and S. Kapoor. They were the heroes who made impossible possible. Not only pilots but also the ground crews involved in the operation played their part. If you felt proud after listening the tale, then do share. Jai Hind.